As a Christian pastor and evangelist, I have learned over the years um, to realize that if we are in the business of leading God's people, then we must realize that we owe allegiance to the owner of the people, the owner of the church, and that is God. And so the starting point, therefore, for me is what I call God consciousness, love of God, fear of God. And from that, we move on to knowing the people we are to lead, loving those people and their situation and circumstances, and to be able to relate them to God and God to them. If we fail to do that, we might be building our own empire around us. If you take God out of the equation of leadership, in fact, of any endeavor, then it becomes something purely human. And Church of God is not just purely human, it has to relate to God. And so leadership, starting point, is God consciousness, knowing God, loving Him, fearing Him, holy fear of God, knowing the people, loving them, and being able to relate them to God and God to them. Let us bear this in mind, and it's very important. The church is not our private corporation in which we are the CEO. God is the CEO of His church. And so in the power of the Holy Spirit, we must make reference to Him about things small and things great. No matter how tiny they are, it is His church. We must not appear to be the ones who people say, oh, we are the ones in charge. We are not in charge. In my own country, and I think in England too, we used to have this title, Vicar in Charge. And I've always quarreled with that. You're not in charge of anything. God is in charge of His church. And so He's the CEO of His church, and we must give Him that honor and that privilege, and that will help us to place ourselves where we ought to be. We're not seeking self-glory. Like I said in case of David, he went to battle to glorify God. So we lead to glorify God, not ourselves. So that's the starting point. Relate to Him prayerfully, seek His consent, seek to know His mind, and then from there, we lead on.